Well, guys, I'm just enjoying the view.
Hello, everyone.
Looking down on Brad. Why are you so much? Oh, I guess I'm on the platform. You don't have a platform.
I got the Bobo pack.
Yeah, you got the base model. I got the platform here.
I know, I want a platform.
Well,
I feel very vulnerable up here.
good morning, everybody, and welcome to the channel. Today's the 8th of January. Got Phil here. Just debriefed with him what's happening. He's taken off to do a bit of work on the D4 just to warm up. So don't break anything.
Powerhouse.
The D4. Do you find it's comparable to the D11s? Depends what you're doing.
Yeah, depends on what you're doing. I'm doing a little bit of stick raking, so it's good for that sort of stuff.
What's easier to operate?
D4, yeah.
A bit more visibility.
Yeah, visibility and easier to turn. And it's you don't have to think 5 steps ahead to make your turns and where you go.
To save making a big mess.
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'll get warmed up. Hopefully this thing will be going.
I was trying to get that on the D4, but I don't know whether I might interrupt his coffee time.
Yeah, that's a problem. Yes.
Gets us all.
Oh, he's getting parts hopefully, so that's all right. Righto. Yep, we'll see how we go with this.
Show them the LiDAR map.
Yeah, yep.
I've roughly been working on.
I've been debriefed by Phil. I don't actually know a lot of the time what's going on with contours, but I got the bit of paper here, so I'll once Phil leaves and there's not quite as much noise, I'll quickly go through, because we have had quite a few comments or questions asking how we know where we want to put the contours and all of that. So I'll do that in a moment. But currently what I'm doing is we've got both dozers here actually, 23's there, 21's here. Now a few videos ago we had air conditioning troubles with Tiny 1 and we didn't pick up the hose before Christmas, so the shop was shut over Christmas, New Year's period. So I've only just picked that up today, and the hose I thought it was, and I still think it is, but Phil was down in there the other day and he thought it was the other hose. So either I've made a big mess up or Phil needs new glasses. I don't know which one. It's possibly, unfortunately, my mistake. So that is a little unfortunate. Anyway, so we'll see how we go with that. But first things first, it is just drizzling rain, so I'll try and... Where can I go? That's not really going to help me there. What we have here is, this was a waterway that came through here, down through there, all the way next to that group of trees and hill sort of there. And it snaked all the way down there, and it was just a basically uncontrolled waterway, so there was big holes in it, big gullies, and just erosion was pretty bad in that one. But last week while I was spraying, Phil and Brad were here, smoothing that out, filling that in. But that is what's happened. They've dug that out, a spoon drain that goes all the way down there, dug it a bit deeper so we can fill it in with rock. And that way, similar to what we've done in other places, it will be just lined with rock, and that way the water can run through. It'll grass up a bit, the water can run through without causing those big erosion gullies. But anyway, I've got the magic piece of paper here, and let's just go down here. It is raining, so I'll try not to get too carried away. So this is, if it's focusing, this is the map, and let me just figure out. We are just here. So that's where we're standing, and that's the direction we're facing. And this here is the waterway that I was just talking about then. It's been all filled in. Now this was the LiDAR map, so the plane went over and mapped it all, and these are contour lines obviously as far as each, I don't actually know how many meters they're set at, but every so often, I guess all of you guys know how it works with contours, reading contours on a map. So obviously where they're closer together, it means it's steeper. So over here is quite a little steep section. That's that hill there. And that is, yeah, what we sort of go off and figure out exactly where we want the contours. It takes a bit of figuring out as far as, yeah, you're obviously, your contour is going to pretty well follow a contour line, because this contour line on here is all the same height, obviously, but you do want a bit of a grade. So you just want to be able to figure out where we're going to get the best bang for the buck by putting a contour. And what will probably happen is there may be one that comes through here, and yeah, at whatever meterage, as far as vertical meterage we want each contour to be, that obviously changes a bit. There is another waterway through here, that red line. That's the next job that's going to get filled in. But yeah, this is just a small section of the property, and that is, yeah, what we can print out. We've got all the whole property map, so we can just reference this and be like, well, there's a low spot here, so let's we need to funnel the water to there, or whatever it may be. So we'll probably end up with these contours here. There'll be a fair bit that wraps around, and it goes into this waterway here, which is marked in that blue line. So that is, yeah, that's that. So that might hopefully, without confusing people too much, that is roughly how we do it. And then obviously the GPS systems on the dozers themselves, you can just run through at whatever grade you want. I think Brad did explain it a little bit in a previous video, but you just mark an A and a B point, enter in the grade that you want, whether it's, you know, whatever percentage, however much fall you want, and then you can just follow that with your dozer, often just with the ripper down, to mark out where the bottom of your contour needs to be. And then you can just go along, push it all up and fill it in like that. And then obviously you come and top dress it off as well with the GPS to make sure the bank's all the same height and looks tidy. So that's a lot of talking from me. And yeah, we've been over with this with the cultivator, that new John Shearer green cultivator that we got. It's done a really nice job here just to smooth it out a bit. Then we'll hit it with the Kelly chains, smooth it out again, and a few rain events will help make it look sort of like this, rather than the big lumpy mess that it sometimes can be. So yeah, that's that. Hopefully that made some sense. So now I have to figure out whether I've stuffed up, or hopefully Phil's stuffed up, because I like that one better. So I've got to pull up the floor, undo the cover for the hellhole, and get down in there and have a look, see what's going on. Now, we did order a receiver dryer as well, which is down in there, it's sort of a filter slash removes moisture, all that sort of stuff. But for some reason or another, it didn't show up or wasn't ordered. I just don't know. So that's a little unexpected, but this receiver dryer isn't that old. And I really don't want to, but if we have to, I'll just be careful not to open the lines for too long, and then I'll just vac it down. Make sure it's really well vac down, because yeah, anyway, again, not ideal, but sometimes things don't quite go as planned. So we'll just see how we go. Sounds like we've got Josiah's making a start on the rock picker. So that's been getting a very big workout recently. The rock picker and Josiah. Oh. Let's have a quick look in here. Oh, please be the pipe I thought it was. Please, 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 please. Oh. Righto. I've got a new phone case, and it's got a little flap over the cameras, but that also means there's a flap over the torch, so I may have to drill a hole to fix that. I don't know. That is the hose I thought, but I also suspect the other hose is leaking a little bit, which... Let's just have a good look here. Yep, so that's the discharge hose. Yep, righto. Yep, I think we could do with another hose there, but that may have to be another time. But yes, no, it definitely is that hose that I got. But I think we're both right, possibly. Sometimes it can be a little deceiving, because this here, because it's the low pressure side, that gets really wet with condensation, because it's obviously cold, and the dust sticks to the condensation. But it's if it's oily is where the problem is. So underneath here, it's very hard to see, but I'll just wipe my finger on it. That is definitely oil, and that's on the discharge hose, which is the one I ordered, and it looks like it's the right one. So that's good. That's what I'll be doing today, and then maybe down the track we might put a receiver dryer on, and we might do that other hose just to give it a bit of a birthday. But I don't think it is leaking, but it is somewhat suspicious, so we'll keep an eye on it. Well guys, I'm just enjoying the view, looking down on Brad. Why are you so much? Oh, I guess I'm on the platform. You don't have a platform. Yeah, you got the base model. I got the platform here.
I know, I want a platform.
Well,
I feel very vulnerable up here.
That can be a winner job. No such thing here. Every month is busy. How funny would it be if he forgot his lunchbox? He's off. Now I got to do my job. Well, I'll just start pulling the old stuff off and see how we go. It is hard not to get distracted, I will say that. Well, as is the case a lot of the time, the hardest bit is actually undoing all the P-clamps that hold the hose and getting to them and not dropping all the nuts and bolts. Thankfully they do make more nuts and bolts, so you might notice I've cracked out the old head torch because I don't want to use my phone. Because if you drop that, there's kind of a never-ending pit down there, so you nearly just about got to drop the belly plate. So I've loosened all the cable ties and the P-clamps for the hose. Now I've just got to make sure I can find it here. It's a bit of a mess with mud and, well, just dust build up, I guess. So it is a bit of a pain. But I'm leaving it to the last minute to crack the seal, like so, to undo this pipe. I'll probably actually run the other pipe before I do that, because I don't want to let any moisture get in the system, so that'll be the last thing I do. You might say, why don't you just go and wash the belly, take the belly plates off and wash everything in here and just pressure wash it all and give it a good clean. Well, we do that, but it is a fairly big job, a day job, and you do about an hour of work and it'll be pretty much like this again. So you just got to weigh it up sometimes. You just, yeah, you can't keep everything Mickey Mouse spotless clean. So, well, I got this one run pretty well where it needs to be, and if it's not where it needs to be, it's where it's going anyway. So I'm going to quickly hook this up here, and then I'll worry about pulling the old hose out afterwards. As far as just, yeah, it's all disconnected, so that should be fine. And then I can get this on the vac pump straight away while I'm fiddling around doing the rest of it, ready to gas it. Put the hose, the other end of this hose, on under the cab there. Spray a bit of aircon lubricant on the O-ring. I don't know if I said this before, but this new hose comes with a little port on this fitting here, which is great because I can put an adapter on that, and at least I'll have the high side accessible here, and that means all I need to do later on is run a separate hose from the low side at the compressor and just run it through to here, and that way the aircon can be serviced and whatever needs to happen from here instead of always getting in the hellhole. But that can be another time. For now, I'll vac it down, and yeah, hopefully we don't have any leaks, but I'll leave it on the vac for a good while because it is a bit of an overcast day. So I do have this. I've only used it once or twice, but very handy for this sort of situation where I don't really want to be running the generator for an hour to vac down a system. So crack dam, that's open, so we should see that slowly going down into a vacuum. It is a big system, so it will take a little while to get it into a complete vacuum, well, close to, but yeah, then once it is there, I'll just let it go. Well, I've ran the new pipe all ready to go. This has been on it for pretty well an hour, been on the vac. I did just have to swap the battery. It seems to last with a 5 amp hour battery, seems to last for, you know, that 30 minutes, 40 minutes, so which is probably enough for most jobs. But yeah, this is a big system, so I just wanted to make sure it was enough. So a couple of things I did off camera was I did actually put a little bit of oil in the system. Obviously with the gas that has leaked out, a bit of oil's leaked out with that, so I just put a bit back in to replenish that. And yeah, I did also turn the vac pump off for about 10 minutes just to check that there was no leak, and it was all good. So we are ready to put some gas in it. So it should take about 2.5 kilos of gas, which is a lot, but it is what it is. Got the safety glasses on. Don't want to get any refrigerant in your eyeball. It can do some pretty nasty stuff. Tear the scales. That's good. Purge the lines. Then we can introduce the gas. See how much will go in. Let that sit for a bit, double check a few things. So there we go. So what I'll do is once this stops going in under its own pressure, I will start it up and suck the rest through. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It's sucked about all that it will. Just make sure it's got some oil in there at least. Let's start it and see what happens. sucking the gas through the low side. You don't want to suck too much through at once, otherwise you risk getting liquid gas into the compressor, which does not work. Once this gets to 2.5, I'll give it a test and hopefully it's all good to go. Righto, well we got that right. We've got nice cold air coming out, that's a good start. Oh, it's good to hear yourself think. Right, well, time to put it all back together. Easy as that. Hopefully Phil will stop whinging about not having aircon in the dozer. Well, I think that'll just about be it for the video. I'm going to be actually spraying for the next few days probably. You can see here we've got just a few scattered weeds here, bit of canola regrowth, bit of all sorts of things. So yeah, I'm going to be on the grasshopper for a fair bit. There's been plenty of videos of that happening, so yeah, I won't bore you guys with another spray video. But anyway, there's still a fair bit of action here happening with the D11s and the dump truck excavator, all of that sort of stuff. There's rock picking going on, there will be cultivating going on, there's still gassing going on. Johnny's currently on the gas rig at the main lease block. So yeah, there's a lot going on, and hopefully when I'm not quite as busy, I can actually do a proper video of the dozers working, where I can mix some drone shots with some audio of the actual dozers, because I know quite a few people would rather listen to the dozers than the music, but the reality is it's just about 3 or 4 times more work to get dozer drone footage and put audio to it. So it's just a bit more work, which I enjoy doing it, but it's just finding time. So at this stage, YouTube isn't quite paying enough for me to quit my main job, which is yeah, trying to farm. So anyway, well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, just remember to hit the like button and to make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and we will catch you in the next one.